Hey guys, Miss Charlie here with another video with Miss Erica Conger. We're going to do a look using a Blend Bunny palette. She has the Lure. I have the Primal. It's the only Blend Bunny palette I have. I've seen Blend Bunny around for so long and I decided to go ahead and try it out. And this color story spoke to me more than some of the others. And I love this palette. It's amazing. And while we're doing our makeup, we're gonna have another little story time thing. Before we were talking about the Sephora kids, which I'm gonna mention a couple things about that too, because something has surfaced since then, a few things. And then Gen Alpha, the younger generation right now. We're gonna talk about that as well. So first, show you the palette that I'll be using, which is Primal from Blend Bunny. And this is what she looks like on the inside. Colorful. These are more pastels, and then it just goes down into shimmers, and then you have a black and a white. And I love this palette so much. Today I'm going to be using this row and the black today. And I'm going to create this look right here, which is inspired by this right here. So this is what I'm going to be doing, is to do just a little bit of leopard print on here. Something really, really easy and simple. It may seem hard, but it's really not. But in any case, I'm going to prime my eyes. I'm using the YC Collection Eye Primer. I've used this before. I love it. And I have it currently in my project pan. Everything that I've used on my face, because I already have my base makeup done, it'll be listed below. It's all in my project pan for the month of March. So let me go ahead and find my brush to put this on my face. Where is my brush? Don't you hate it when you have something and you can't find it? So again, my lovely friend Miss Erica, I appreciate you again for collabing with me. I'm going to link her channel below. She's very sweet. She does all kinds of videos, tutorials, get ready with me, trying new makeup. She also does true crime. So I'll link her below so you can check her out. But we're talking about Gen Alpha today because I saw some videos from a few people, which I will also link below. I did that in our previous video. I linked some information if you want to just, follow up or get some more information on the subject. I'll have some people linked below so that you can check out. But we're talking about Gen Alpha and how nowadays these children are being born, and the younger children between, I'd say, the ages of 0 and 10 are more digitalized than some of us growing up. I'm technically Gen X. I grew up before internet, before digital stuff. We know what it's like to do things without having to press a button on a screen or something like that. We know how to function, basically. These kids nowadays don't know how to function without a screen in their face. And that's not the way it should be. These kids should be being kids, going outside, playing. That's what we did. We didn't sit in front of a TV screen. Some people didn't have TV, some people did, even though we only had one TV. You didn't sit in front of it all day. You had other things that you needed to do. Go outside and play, do chores, go to school, hang out with your friends, things like that. You weren't in front of a screen all the time. Now these kids nowadays are just in front of some type of a screen regularly, and they're out of touch with reality. And their parents don't seem to care because they grew up into the digital age, and that now they want their kids to be just pixelated, basically. And I looked up the definition for what, all these new terms that are coming to mind: Gen X, Gen Z, Gen Y, Gen W, Gen L, Gen Alpha, named after Alpha, the first letter in the Greek alphabet, which I don't understand why they should be first, because most of us have been here longer, so we should be first, right? Tell me if I'm wrong. Generation Alpha is the first to be born entirely in the 21st century and the third millennium. Granted. But some of the things that I'm seeing with some of these kids and the parents are just not in touch. I saw a video where there was a boy, they were at a restaurant, and it looks like there were quite a few of them because the table was quite large. They all got up and left. He didn't even notice anybody was gone, and they filmed it. He was too busy. He didn't even know anybody left the table. No, when you go out to eat, you're supposed to go out to eat, interact with people, talk, things like that. You're not supposed to have your face in a computer screen or your phone. No, especially children. No, that's not how you engage. You can't engage. How do you expect them to go out in life and engage with other people for jobs, for school, for a lot of things? You know, when you're in school, you might have to give a report. You have to engage with people. When you are applying for a job, you have to engage with that person. How are you supposed to teach your children how to engage with people if their face is always in a phone or a tablet or whatever? That's not going to teach them any skills at all. It's going to make them be lazy, slacking, and do the least possible to try to make the most, and that doesn't work that way. You got to give the most to get where you need to go. You can't do the least and then expect the most. You can't do that. But it'll come back on them later on. But I just don't understand these people and what they're doing to these children nowadays. I'm going to go into this brown here. It's called Soil. I'm going to put that all over the lid. And I am using the Davina 110 brush, flat shader brush, to do that. But I also saw where a mom bought her 1-year-old who barely has any motor skills an iPad. What? Why are we buying a 1-year-old an iPad? I don't have an iPad. I don't need an iPad. I mean, I have a laptop. I don't need an iPad. Your phone is basically a computer. You can carry it around and do everything that an iPad would do. I don't need an iPad. That's just me personally. You know, some people might need it. Especially if you can't see, on your screen, because screens are, very small. If you need something that's a little bit bigger, things like that. But why the hell would you buy a 1-year-old for Christmas an iPad? They can barely do 10% of the motor skills that they will grow up to learn. They can't press on a screen. They're just going to beat it. They're going to throw it on the floor. They're going to break it. They don't know what's going on that screen. Why would you even start them like that? No. 1-year-old, you should be teaching them, helping them with their fine motor skills, teaching them how to walk, teaching them how to feed themselves. Even at a 1-year-old, they can learn how to pick up a fork and feed themselves, or a spoon, or a cup. Teach them, play, regular games with them, children. Peekaboo, go outside, play in the sandbox, take a walk, things like that. Why are we putting them in front of a screen at 1 year old? And then later on, you're going to wonder why you have no control over this child. Because the control is going to be out the window. Out the window. And, you're going to want to punish them, and you're going to be like, oh, I'm going to take your iPad away from you. So I got my phone. I got my video games. We got 60,000 channels on the TV. Take the iPad. I'll find something else. Back then when we got punished, if we had video games, and back when I was growing up, we didn't have video games. We didn't have video games. You know, when you sent to your room, you were sent to your room. Period. You didn't have nothing. You know, most kids didn't have TVs in the room. The TV was in the living room or a parent's room. It wasn't in your room. So when you went to your room, you just went to your room. Or they tell you to go to their room if they didn't have a TV in their room. Go to their room. Because what are you going to do in their room? Nothing. Now you tell them to go to their room and they got Xbox, Nintendo, PlayStation, cable, tablets, internet. Where's the punishment? There's no punishment. And kids nowadays know that there's no punishment. I'm gonna blend out with this color here, which is called Ray. And I am going to later on add in Untamed, which is an orange. So I'm gonna mix those together to help blend out this brown. But yeah, these kids nowadays are obviously not the type of kids when I was growing up, things like that. And I raised my kids the way that I grew up. You know, they're gamers. They are gamers, but they're in their 20s. Today I'm filming this on my oldest birthday. He's 25 today. He's a gamer, but he works. He takes care of business. They both do. They both work. My youngest goes to school. They both live at home. But they pay bills while they're here too. They know how to pay bills. They know how to sustain themselves. They know how to cook. They know how to clean. They know how to interact with people. They're not always in front of a screen. They have business to take care of and they take care of business. Nowadays, these kids, they have no idea what the heck is going on. They don't know simple things because nowadays the schools aren't teaching them the same things that when I was growing up. They're not teaching them the same things and they don't know the same things. And then how are they supposed to go out here and prosper? You can't go out here and prosper if you don't know what's going on. Brandy, sorry, dogs do what dogs do. Brandy, come here. Let me go see what she's barking. It's probably the mailman because I saw him out there earlier. I'll be right back. It was as I thought. There was nobody out there. She probably heard something. They're knocking down a building behind us, so she might have heard them doing, you know, whatever they're doing back there, knocking down the building or whatnot. But there's nobody out there. But dogs, you know. And now there's Blue. That's my cat Blue. If you hear her, she makes that noise when she has gotten something she's not supposed to have. She's a gatherer. She likes to go upstairs, get stuff she doesn't need. Like she'll grab a pair of socks and she'll bring them downstairs and make that noise like, look what I got. I'm like, nobody asked you to bring those shoes down here, ma'am. But that's just the way she is. Anyway, so sorry to get away from that. But the kids nowadays, I feel sorry for them because a lot of their parents are clueless. You know, with the Sephora kids where they're letting their kids, you know, use things that they really don't need to for their skin. And to bring me to that, there was a report of somebody's child, and I'll try to link it below. I'm going to go into this pastel yellow. It's called Prey, and I'm going to blend out the brow bone with this. But I guess they had a reaction from using the Drunk Elephant products and it broke her skin out really bad. And that's what I said in my previous video, because their skin is too delicate for a lot of the chemicals and a lot of the treatments that are in more mature skincare. It's going to affect them in the long run. And this person was affected and now their faces are broken out because of what they saw on TikTok and YouTube and, oh, I need to go do this. Just because somebody's doing something doesn't mean you have to do it too. You don't have to do it. You have your own brain. The good Lord gave you free will. He wants you to use it in a very productive way. He doesn't want you to just be strung along just because somebody says and does something. You need to learn how to make your own decisions. And these kids nowadays don't know how to do that. They don't know how to problem solve. They don't know how to make decisions. They're indecisive. They're indecisive. And you sometimes you just got to make a decision. You can't go along with the crowd all the time. And then later on, you're going to come back and be like, why did I do that? You know, and we all make those type of decisions. Young, old, we all make those type of decisions, but these kids nowadays, they don't know the meaning of stop. It's always go, 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 do this. This trend is over here, so I must do this. I must do this. I must get 10,000 likes. I must have everybody see me. I must do this, that, and the other. And that's not how it goes. I mean, I have Instagram, I have YouTube. I do my makeup because I like it and I like sharing what I do. So if there's people out there who have the same interest that I do, that's great, because then you have a community. You can talk with people about the same things you like, but we all don't have the same opinions. We all don't like the same product. We all don't wear our makeup the same, because we all have a preference and we all have a brain to tell us, well, that doesn't suit me, I'm not going to do it. But other people think, oh, because somebody else is doing it or 10,000 people are doing it, that means I'm supposed to do it too. It does not. It's called being individual, being an individual, being unique. Everybody's not the same, because if everybody was the same, this world would suck. This world would suck really bad. And we've all gone through that growing up. You know, you want to be like the popular kids, you want to be like this, that, and the other, and then you find out later on that's not where it's happening. That's not where it's happening, because you're not happy, and it's not your path. So, and I figured that out in high school myself. I went on my own path. I'm still on my own path, and I like being on this path. You know, if you want to come with me, that's great. If not, there's more room for me. Anyway, but yeah, that little girl, I feel sorry for her, because, you know, her face is all broken out. Not that, you know, it should change who she is, because she should grow from this. She should evolve from this, knowing just because all these people on TikTok are doing this does not mean that this is for you. This is not for you. And you found out this is not for you because you're too young to be using it. And I don't understand why their parents didn't advise them. That's another thing. It's usually the parent. It's usually the mom that's encouraging this, not the father, the mother. And I don't understand why you wouldn't put a stop to that, so that something like this wouldn't happen. Because, like I said before, something's going to happen with somebody's skin, and then this parent is then going to want to sue this skincare company because what it did to their child's face. No, they're not supposed to be using it anyway. And Sephora needs to put their foot down and say, no, if you're under a certain age, you cannot be in here without a guardian. You cannot purchase these items without a guardian or an ID that shows that you are of a certain age. You should not be in Sephora buying those type of things if you are under a certain age, because that store is for grown-ups. It's not for children. Again, you go in and you see teenagers buying certain things. Teenagers are getting into makeup and things like that, and some skincare. I mean, somebody between the ages of 10 and 18, you just need something to cleanse your face. You might need something with a salicylic acid or a benzoyl peroxide, you know, if you have acne issues, and maybe a light moisturizer, and depending on your skin, a sunscreen. That's all you need. That's all you need. Just keep your skin clean. Watch what you eat, things like that, because it can break your face out. You know, a bunch of soda, oily, greasy foods, things like that, that can break you out. Stress, you know, being a teenager is very stressful, and it comes out on your skin sometimes. Being an adult is very stressful, and it comes out all over our bodies. So we know. But through those ages, you should not be putting any type of heavily medicated products on your skin. But you should not be putting niacinamides. You should not be putting retinols. You should not be putting collagen. You should not be putting tretinoids. You should not be doing any of that stuff under a certain age. Now, when you grow up, your body's going to change again, because it's continuously changing. Then you use skin care that is recommended for what's happening to you, not because somebody else says it, but you get your recommendation. You're like, oh, that might be something I might want to use, depending on how your skin and your body functions, not because somebody else said to go do it. So I hope these kids will figure it out. It may be too late, like this young lady, and again, I'm sorry that has happened to her, but hopefully some of these other children will take note that this is something that they really don't need, and their parents may, you know, give them those warnings and sit down with them and let them know, you know, that they don't really need this. It's not something you have to do. You don't want to be, just because your classmates are doing it doesn't mean that you have to do it too. It doesn't make you, you know, they want to be special, but they are special. Let them find their inner special and grow that instead of them going along with the crowd, because when you go along with the crowd, it's not always the right thing to do. So, but anyway, I'm gonna zoom you in so you can see me doing the animal print. So let's zoom in. Okay, so I got you zoomed in, and I'm gonna go in with the black using this little teeny tiny brush. See, it's really, really simple. They don't have to match because leopard spots do not match. And then I'm going to go underneath here with the Essence Extra Lasting pencil. This is in, but first, Espresso. These are very creamy and very inexpensive. I love the black one too. And then I'm going to go into that brown that's called Soil, and I'm going to just blend that out a little bit. And on the inner corner, I'm going to go in with the color Regal, which is this gold. I'm going with that in the inner corner. And I'm using the Divina D102. So I'm going to do some liner and some mascara, and I will be right back. Okay, so we're back, and I put on a lip. I did liner and mascara, and put on some earrings. Again, everything will be listed below, but for my lip, I used a combination of, this is one of my favorite lip combinations. This is from Dose of Colors. This is their chocolate chip liner. This was their Nima Tang collab that was many years old, and I've had this for since then, and this thing doesn't end. I still have this much left in here, and I've had this thing for a very long time when this collab came out, and I love this liner. And then the gloss that came with it is in E-Gen, and it's just a nice chocolatey gloss. I love it. So I did that because we're going with the primal leopard print. And then I have my Cobra earrings on. These are from, I think these are from eBay. I either get my earrings from eBay or I get them from Temu. I love earrings. I have way too many, but there's more that I need to get. And I already have them in my cart on Temu until I get to a certain point, and then I will place an order. But this is the look. It's really simple. It does not match my shirt. Most of the time I do match my makeup with what I have on, but today I have on my Baby Yoda today. It says this is the way, but it's okay if it doesn't match. And it definitely doesn't match my background, which are my favorite Disney villains. I found this at Joann's and I love it because I love my villains, and Maleficent is my favorite Disney villain. Just so you know, extra information that you probably didn't need to know or want to know, but there it is. But this is the look that I did with the Primal palette from Blend Bunny. And I will link Erica's video below as well for her using the Lure palette. But just to give you again a quick look up close. Some light here. And this is what we did with the leopard print. Very easy and simple, something different, you know, to kind of go along, you know, inspired by this right here. But thanks again for being here, and let me know your thoughts on Gen Alpha and the Sephora kids with this new situation where this poor child's face is breaking out from these things that she should not be putting on her face. Let me know what you think about the new generation, the digital pixelated children that are growing up nowadays. You know, they're going to be running around looking like things from Minecraft here pretty soon. But anyway, thanks so much for being here. Again, thanks Erica for collabing with me. I appreciate you so much. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram. And we'll see you in the next video.